Welcome everyone to my channel. This is the first episode on Real Estate Virginia. This episode is going to be about the city of Virginia Beach, where I will be giving you facts and information about it. If you are looking to move from out of state or looking to move to the beach city, then this is the perfect place to start. Before we get started, I would like to remind everyone, if you like this video, please click that like button. And if you like it after you watch and you would like to see my future episodes on different cities and towns in Virginia, please subscribe to my channel. I am a brand new real estate agent, brokered under LPT Realty, and can help you find your new home right here. I serve areas including the 7 cities. If you need help outside of that, I can also get you connected to somebody who can help you in the mountain areas or anywhere outside of the 7 cities. I also want to note any information that I got from a site has been cited on the slides in parentheses. All right, let's get into it. So welcome to Virginia, everybody. Here's some facts about the state to start off with. Virginia is known as the birthplace of America, being home to the first permanent English settlement at Jamestown in 1607. The nickname of our state is the Old Dominion State. It was added to the Union June 25th, 1788 as the 10th state. Population is approximately 8.8 million. And the capital is Richmond, Virginia. The largest city is Virginia Beach, which is what we are doing our video on today. The abbreviation for Virginia is VA. In Virginia, we love the military. Virginia is a military state from the mountains to the beach. We also share land with Maryland to make up our capital of the USA, Washington, D.C. Virginia has a significant military presence with over 80,000 active duty military personnel and 15 installations, including the world's largest naval base, Naval Station Norfolk. The state is home to 26% of all active duty Navy personnel and has a strong commitment to supporting veterans and their families. We have a strong military presence here in the 7 cities because of Naval Station Norfolk, and our public schools have a lot of support for our military families, and there's a lot of military programs out here to support the families and children as well. All right, so let's get started with Virginia Beach schools. Virginia Beach has 12 private high schools and 27 private elementary schools that serve Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach also has great public schools. We have 54 elementary schools, 14 middle schools, 12 high schools that serve around 70,000 students. The city of Virginia Beach also offers multiple academies to give children opportunities outside of their regular education, and it's all free. They also partner with the community college to offer free college courses to high school students. Some of the academies that they offer, these are for the high school academies, are Math and Science, International Entrepreneurship Business Academy, Legal Studies, Global Studies and World Language Arts Academy, Governor's STEM, the Health Sciences, Visual Performing Arts, Environmental Studies. They also have dance programs solely for dancers. There's just a lot of options outside of that, and one of the best programs that we have in the 7 cities. Virginia Beach is definitely top. And not just for the high school students, the middle schools also have academies offered to them. They have something for everybody to try. And I believe everybody should try and take advantage of the programs that Virginia Beach Schools offers. They also offer full bus transportation to and from the schools. I have friends that live around the country that have academies, and I know that they have to transport their children to and from the school, but Virginia Beach is really good about providing bus transportation for everybody. So some examples of some programs they have for the middle school ages are health sciences, entrepreneurship, the governor's STEM, math, international, the various career and technical education programs. Plus, they have the Old Donation School program for higher achieving children. And they also have a lot of options for special needs children. The special needs programs around the city are very widely offered, and they also provide bus transportation on special needs buses that have air conditioning on the buses for the summertime. Virginia Beach also offers a lot of rec programs for kids during the summer, and they also have after school, before school programs for the parents to sign up through the rec, where they use the school so you don't have to be on a waiting list, and they can offer more of those services to the children all around the city. It's definitely a good program, and Virginia Beach puts a lot of money into their school and public school programs for our kids here. If you can't tell by now, I actually live in Virginia Beach and have been here pretty much my entire life. I was born in Norfolk and raised in Virginia Beach, and currently live in Virginia Beach. So I'm going to list some of Virginia Beach's colleges that they have and universities they have just within Virginia Beach cities. They have Virginia Wesleyan University, Regent University, South University, ECPI University, and Tidewater Community College. Tidewater Community College has multiple campuses around the 7 cities. And you also have double campuses. So Old Dominion is based in Norfolk, but we also have an off-campus based over here over on the TCC campus. And we also have programs where the students in the public high schools can participate in programs at the Tidewater Community College / ODU off campuses. And then they could get discounts on their education when they do want to move up. And you get in-state discounts for living here. I think you have to live here for at least 1 year to get those in-state tuitions. And of course, the state of Virginia has other universities that you can apply to and attend. I just have a few of them here listed. You have UVA, University of Virginia, West Virginia University, Virginia State University, Virginia Commonwealth University, James Madison University, Norfolk State University, Virginia Tech. You have Old Dominion University, and so much more. There's so many options out here for kids to learn and to get higher education in Virginia itself. And again, if you live here, you get those in-state tuition discounts, and you don't have to pay full tuition as if you were living outside of the state. All right, now we're going to get into the good stuff, the money, right? The cost of living. So Virginia Beach financial stats, this is just Virginia Beach. The median household income in Virginia Beach as of 2023 was $90,685. This reflects a 3.59% increase from the previous year. The average rent in Virginia Beach is approximately $2,200, with prices ranging from $700 to $11,423, depending on the property type and size. Rental prices have increased by about $120 over the past year. And I believe these numbers are from 2023. things have hiked up a little bit more since then. It's 2026 now. The median home sale price in Virginia Beach is approximately $429,900, which is pretty accurate right now in the market, with a year-over-year price growth of about 4.65%. The average home value is around $413,000, reflecting a steady increase in the housing market. And yes, Virginia Beach's housing market has been booming. It has been a little harder for homeowners to sell homes, during the winter, of course, but it's definitely been a steady flow. You don't see houses sitting on the markets for, months and months and months and years. It's a pretty good turnover that we have going on, and we have had going on pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID. It has been very steady. I know other people around the country that I've spoken to, they have seen their market slow down a lot. There's a lot of houses that are sitting, but Virginia Beach is definitely, I would say Hampton Roads in general, definitely the market. And I would say that mostly reflects because of our military, the military town. We constantly have people moving in and going. So that definitely helps our markets also. It helps the economy too. All right, so I know it's one thing to get here and have a house, but what about a job, right? So the job market in Virginia Beach in 2026 offers a variety of opportunities with an average salary around $54,894 per year per person. High-paying jobs include positions in healthcare, finance, and technology. We have a lot of hospitals if you are in the healthcare field. Finance-wise, we have a lot of, we'll say banks, but I know that there's a lot of CPAs that work in Virginia Beach. We have a whole section of the city that is, $1 million homes and up. A couple of sections of the city, actually. So financially, finance, work in finance is very steady here also. Technology-wise, Virginia Beach is constantly trying to be innovative and stay, at the curve of technology, whether it be with our police force, whether it be with our traffic, whether it be with our bridges and with our schools, whether it be with even down to our little rec centers, all of that. Like, they are constantly improving and trying to keep up with the technology race. So there's a lot of job opportunity there. There's also a lot of job opportunity in construction because there's constant building around here. We have so much land out here still right now, and I know it's a lot of people, a lot of investors coming in and buying land and building a lot of different home complexes. There's a lot more condos getting built, and that's one small reason why it's harder for people in older homes to sell, because there's so many new homes going up. But we still have a lot of military coming in, a lot of first-time home buyers coming in that want the cheaper older homes and still need the yard and everything for their families. So it's not too bad. The average minimum hourly wage in Virginia Beach for 2025 was $12.41, which is going to be increasing, or actually it has increased at this point, to $12.77. And I believe in July there's supposed to be another increase, and they're proposing a bill right now with the new governor we have. She's wanting to make Virginia's minimum wage $15 an hour, I believe by July 2029. So we're heading into that curve where we're staying up with the federal government. I know a lot of places, even McDonald's and everything, they start their employees off at, $14 an hour, some $15 an hour already. And I know a lot of business owners that go ahead and they're starting off their employees at $15 an hour. It's just a lot of good opportunity out here, and job-wise, you can find something in teaching, you can find something in, grocery. We have lots of malls, strip malls, and it's also easy to open up your own business because it's so booming. My husband and I have a construction business and a cleaning business, and we have been doing pretty well the past 6 years now. It has been a good move for us, and so if you're interested in entrepreneurship, there's opportunity out here also. All right, so we got your house, you got your job. Now, how much is it going to cost for everything else? Well, cost of living in Virginia Beach, remember this is just Virginia Beach, in 2026 is slightly above the national average with a cost of living index of 101. Housing costs are competitive with median home prices around $404,130, and average rent for a one-bedroom apartment approximately $14.99 per month. As of now, the average cost of milk is $4.05, 12 eggs, $3.59, a loaf of bread, $2.82, ground beef, $6.68 per pound, chicken thighs, $1.80 per pound, and white sugar, about 99 cents per pound. The average cost of a new vehicle is $59,536. That was in 2025. I found that number online, but honestly, we still have, marks like, I would say that's more like Toyota. We have all kinds of dealerships out here with all different, brands of vehicles. And like, I got my Nissan Rogue for, they're selling those for $28,000 back in 2022, and I think they've only gone up to $30,000. They've only gone up a couple $1,000s since then. I think it's like $30,000 now. I bought mine for $28,000. So they say average is $59,000. So I guess that's average. But if you're looking for more luxury, we have a lot of luxury brands out here. They have Lexus, and they have the Corvettes, and there's people out here. Everyone drives a Tesla now. Even in my lower middle class neighborhood, everybody's got a Tesla, or someone's got some Mercedes and whatnot. So it's not too bad out here. If you're moving from somewhere down south like Tennessee, Texas, maybe down there, it probably is a little bit higher up here. But again, we have the income coming in that balances all of that out. So it's not necessarily off-putting. Maybe when you first move here, if a gallon of milk down there is only, $3, and now you're coming here and it's $4, that could be a shock. But you're also getting more pay, I would say. Might balance itself out. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, crime rates. In 2025, Virginia Beach reported a total of 7,884 crimes, resulting in a crime rate of 1,732 per 100,000 people, which is 18.26% lower than the national average. The violent crime rate was 92.3 per 100,000 people, significantly below the national average of 359 per 100,000 people. All right, so let's get into what are you going to see when you move around Virginia Beach. So this stat here is actually for Virginia. It says bridges, they gave it a B, roads C minus, transit C minus. So Virginia Beach in itself, we have bus transportation called Hampton Roads Transit, HRT. They talk about the HRT buses. We have a lot of access to Uber and Uber cars, Lyft. You also have private companies out here that do a lot of healthcare transport. HRT, the Hampton Roads Transit, they also have a transit where you can call and get personal taxi cars to come pick you up, especially for, they have the handicap vans and stuff that can come and pick up your loved ones or you if you need it to take you wherever you need to go. But out of that, Virginia Beach doesn't have any other transporting wise. So in Norfolk, which is our neighbor city, they have the tram, which is an electric train. So they're proposing again to run the train into Virginia Beach, but it's failed multiple times. The citizens have voted against it. I personally have voted for it because I think it would be better. It'd be pretty cool to go from the beach down to downtown Norfolk or down to the Scope to go see a show and then come back. I think it would be great for tourism, but they're just keep voting against it. The citizens do, or other citizens do. But yeah, so Virginia Beach, you pretty much have to have your own car if you don't want to use the buses or Uber. You got to have your own car. You can't really walk to anywhere. Everything is pretty spread out. But the good news is each neighborhood generally has their own shopping center next to it where you can walk to it. Like we have in the front of our neighborhood, we literally have a Food Lion, a Family Dollar. We have a couple of restaurants. There's a hair place. There's a nail place. I mean, everything is kind of right here in our neighborhood. And it's literally 5 minutes up the street. The neighborhood we lived at before had the exact same thing. It was more of a 15-minute walk, but I would walk up and get my groceries and stuff like that when I had one kid. But yeah, a lot of neighborhoods have that, either a Walmart neighborhood market, Food Lion, Harris Teeter. There's always something. There's some type of shopping strip next to most neighborhoods or within walking distance of neighborhoods. But other than that, yeah, you really do need your own car. So, yeah. All right, so what a lot of people like to ask, when you live by the beach is, man, it must be nice to live down by the beach. And yeah, it is, but Virginia Beach has a lot of different temperature variances. We never really know what we're going to get during each season. It's always different. Like this year, we are having a very, very cold winter. Our winter started very early, or earlier than it usually does, and this is when our winter is supposed to be getting the worst. Every other year it usually doesn't start until after December is when we get into our 30-degree weather, but we started back in December. We started our cold, and we've gotten down into the teens. But generally speaking, we stay around 34 degrees in January, and we usually don't go past 87 degrees in July, even though it feels like, 120 degrees because the humidity is so bad in the summertime because we're at the beach. But the fall and the spring are very good seasons here. And the summertime, it's my favorite, honestly. I mean, I grew up at the beach, so it's my favorite. I love being able to be outside in my shorts and, my t-shirts and just be in the sun. But, it's kind of like, let's say last summer we had a heat streak for about 2-3 weeks. And so there's downfalls to that. But generally speaking, without these offset numbers that we've had, the weather here is actually very nice. We still have, wildlife that live here. We have a lot of squirrels, which I had a friend that lived in California when she moved here with her husband. It's funny, she told me she was sitting on her back porch and she was just watching the squirrels, and she was like, it's so nice out here. And I don't know which part of California she was from, but she was just like, I just love watching the squirrels. I don't have squirrels where she lived in California, wherever that was. And I thought that was funny, but then I also learned that, wow, I'm so used to just having squirrels outside my window. Not everybody gets to experience that, along with all kinds of birds. We even have hawks. We had an eagle that lived here in my neighborhood for a while when I moved here. We had a bald eagle that lived here. She lived up in a big, tall pine tree until they cut that pine tree down. She wasn't living in the pine tree when they cut it down. She was already gone. But yeah, we have a lot of wildlife out here in Virginia Beach still, because we have a lot of wild on the back side of us in Back Bay. So we've even had instances of, we had the small black bears. We had those happen every once in a while, but it's more in the countryside where people have a black bear in their neighborhood or whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty cool place to live, weather-wise and wildlife-wise. It's really nice out here, and the beaches are nice. We have a lot of beaches to choose from. All right, my girls, my gals. Shopping out here in Virginia Beach isn't too glamorous. I mean, we have Lynn Haven Mall, which has some name brand, some high-end brand stuff in there, but nothing crazy. We have our town center shopping, Pembroke Mall, which is a little small mall, and they keep renovating it. We have some strip malls, which are kind of like outlets, but it's again, nothing. We have our Rosses and our Burlingtons and things like that. The grocery store wise, we have a lot of options. We have a variety of cultures. We have African stores, we got Latino stores, we got Oriental stores, of course American stores, you got vegan, all kinds of stuff. We got the fish markets. The super clubs we have out here are BJ's Wholesale Club. We have Costco, got Sam's Club, Restaurant Depot, and they just opened up a chef's store over off Virginia Beach Boulevard. And my sister said it's pretty awesome, so haven't checked it out yet. But yeah, so shopping out here is not crazy glamorous, but it's out here. But out in Norfolk has a MacArthur Mall. I believe they have more of the higher end stores in there. All right, so shopping and now food. So restaurant-wise, Virginia Beach is pretty good. We have a lot of seafood out here, of course. Chesapeake Bay seafood at that. It's really good. Oysters and fish and shrimp and all that good stuff that we get. We also have, fine dining. Aldo's Restaurante, I've been there a few times. It's pretty good. It's Italian. Azar's Mediterranean, best Greek restaurant. We have Nawab Indian Cuisine, best Indian restaurant, which actually I just ate there for the first time in December, and it was pretty good. But it was actually in Norfolk. I don't know if they have one in Virginia Beach, but yeah, the one in Norfolk is where I went to. It was good. Virginia Beach Farmers Market. So we have a outside farmers market over at Lansdowne, which is an outside farmers market where everybody, they have people that rent their little shops there, and get fresh ice cream and, fresh made pickles and fresh produce, and where the farmers bring their product to the farmers market to sell. And we also have, I don't want to forget to mention, we also have farming stands. If you go out towards Sandbridge, you get fresh watermelons and corn and all kinds of stuff going out in North Landing. So we have the farm side too. We still have a lot of farm out here, so you can buy fresh off the farm. We have butchers out here. You can buy, fresh farm meat. I mean, it's a lot of options, food-wise, restaurants-wise. There's a lot of different options. We also have some mom and pop restaurants still out here. There's a lot more taquerias coming out here. A lot more of those are in Norfolk, Portsmouth, Hampton, places like that. You have the taquerias. My husband's Latino, so that's what we pay attention to the most. But yeah, the food out here is pretty good and very much wide variety. It's not just, your Applebee's. We have a lot of different, no knock on Applebee's. My kids actually love Applebee's. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. It says here, the best family-friendly attraction, Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center. Everybody loves that place. I've been there a million times. I used to be a school bus driver and used to do field trips there out there all the time. It's a pretty cool place to go to. Yeah, it's good. Like restaurants, food, all that, different options is pretty good. Things to do. So, Virginia Beach beaches. The beaches in Virginia Beach, we have several beaches, with the most notable being the 35 miles of coastline that includes the popular oceanfront beach, Sandbridge Beach, and several state parks with beach access. Each beach offers unique features and activities for visitors. So we have our famous concrete boardwalk. You can go and just walk it up and down, and there's plenty of stuff to do in the summertime. That stuff is usually closed in the wintertime because there's not a lot of tourism out there, but all the restaurants are generally open, all the hotels and whatnot. The Sandbridge Beach is down a ways, and you go, and that's more of a natural setting, but that's where all the beach houses and everything are, down in Sandbridge Beach, which is the beach I like to go to. It's a little bit more quiet. The restaurant scene out in Sandbridge, though, there's a couple restaurants out there, but if you want restaurant food and the live scene, you're definitely going to go to the oceanfront. And then on the other side, the north end, you have Chicks Beach, which is where a lot of locals like to go to Chicks Beach. It is a lot more quieter. It's more of the people that live over there off of out of those houses. So that's the residential side. So if you make any friends over there, you can get some quiet time and go to Chicks Beach. And that's for a short drive. There's more restaurants and more club action over there. More bars and everything. And if you have kids, I'm sure you want to know where the parks and recreation activity is. So Virginia Beach has over 4,000 acres of parks and waterways, which include numerous parks and recreational areas. There are many options for outdoor activities and nature exploration. So we also have multiple recreation centers pretty much in each district. We have Bayside, Bow Creek, Great Neck, Kempsville, Princess Anne, SeaTac, and Williams Farm recreation centers. And I will tell you, they are all kept up very well. They are very much into providing services for parents. Of course, you pay for. I think the yearly fee for kids right now is $40 a year, and then I think it's a little over $100 a year for parents. That's for people that live here. If you're out of state, of course, it costs a lot more. but they also have a lot of programs, a lot of daycares and stuff like that you could sign up for through the rec programs. Parks wise, we have a huge park called Mountain Trashmore in Virginia Beach. They have a huge park out there. You can go in the mountains and you can eat at the park, and you have a big track. You can go around the lake. I mean, it's pretty awesome out there. They've done a lot of work since I was a kid, and you can take your bikes out there, take your dogs out there. They got a big skate park out there, and it's a pretty cool place to be. Pretty cool place, even if you just come visit. It's a pretty cool place to visit, and it's all free. Free parking, free everything. You just bring your lunch and just hang out outside all day in the spring or the fall or in the summer. It's nice. And then we also have all neighborhoods have their own small parks. Some of them have two, but there are so many parks out here in Virginia Beach. If you just drive around, you'll find one, pack a lunch, park, and that's what I used to do when I had my kids were little. Just pack a lunch and go out and hang out at the park all day. Go to a couple different parks, and that would be our days. And then we also have indoor parks that are free in the mall. I know Lynn Haven Mall has a free indoor park for kids. You just take your kids in there and they just play. I used to do that during the winter time when it was cold or rainy. Just take them in there and let them play for a couple hours, and then take them home, feed them, give them a nap, and they're good to go. It's like going to Busch Gardens or something, but it was all free. It was good. So if you're looking for more attractions, we also have a lot of museums out here in Virginia Beach. We have the Virginia Aquarium, which is over by the ocean front. We have Virginia Beach History Museum, the Military Aviation Museum, which I will say the Military Aviation Museum is really cool, and it's cheap to get into. But there's a lot of history there, and you get to see all kinds of planes. They have the big ones. You can go out there. You can see them flying out there depending on the time of year. They also have a little dinosaur park in front of the Aviation Museum, and it's just these dinosaurs. You can go out there, and the kids love it. It's free. It's right before you go into the park. You just park right there, have your lunch, let the kids play with the dinosaurs, take some pictures with the family. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. We also have the Museum of Contemporary Art. I believe that's free to get into. Depending on their hours, you just go in there and just look at the art. A lot of times they host the local kids in the schools. They get to put their artwork in there. Cape Henry House, I personally have never been, surprisingly. They used to do field trips there all the time, but apparently I missed on those. But yeah, so they have the Cape Henry Lighthouse. America's first lighthouse. We got Virginia Beach Search and Rescue Museum, which is at the oceanfront, and that's free to get into. So it's a lot of fun and free stuff. It's what we like. Something else you could do whenever you're out here, or if you live out here, if you just want to visit, is camping. We've got a lot of camping options. We got the KOA. We got the Sandbridge has their own RV parks and camping sites. We got the Holiday Travel Park, which is camping or RVing, the North Landing RV Resort, and more. Something else we have out here in Virginia Beach is our own private water park and go-karting, Ocean Breeze. If you come out here, it's a lot less expensive than Busch Gardens and Water Country. But you go to Ocean Breeze, it's nice. I said little. It's pretty big. It's not as big as Water Country, but it's pretty big. And the parking's free. It's pretty cheap to get into. They got after hours passes that you can get into a little bit cheaper. They always got some kind of night parties going on during the summertime. And then you got Motor World right next to it, and you guys can go go-karting, then go to the water park, and plus it's right next to the beach. So if you go and you stay at the beach, then you can go to Ocean Breeze, go home, go to the beach, go-kart. I mean, it's right there and very convenient. It's right next to the Virginia Aquarium too. So it's all right there. Other attractions in the surrounding area, we got Busch Gardens, we got Water Country, we got Williamsburg, we got Jamestown, Yorktown, you got Washington, D.C., which is about 3.5 hours away. You got the Celebrity Cruise Port, in Norfolk. You got the Children's Museum, which is a really cool children's museum in Portsmouth. You got the Air and Space Museum in Hampton, and we got so much more. But these are some of the favorite spots that people like to visit. We also have the Langley Air Force Base. And I'll just say that this area has so much history in it. Virginia itself, of course, has a lot of history in it, but if you're into history, if you're a history buff, Virginia Beach, just the Virginia in general is a good place to be. It's so much to do and so much to explore. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you have any questions or suggestions for the next video I do, maybe I left some stats or I wasn't detailed enough so I can better serve you, please just let me know in the comments below. My phone number and email is listed here. If you are interested in purchasing a home in the near future, please contact me, Shay De Leon Carbo with LPT Realty. Thank you for watching, and God bless.